See, we told you how it was going to begin, and then we told you how it was going to end. Look at this shit.
Very happy and excited that Trump won. As far as financially, obviously nothing's really changed. We're still under the Biden administration, but I know that it is coming. And so I admit I regret my vote for Donald Trump. I regret it because I needed these changes sooner. I needed the prices to go down sooner so that I didn't drain out my big...
See, some of y'all are still in the fuck around and find out stage. See, most of y'all thought that when he was elected, he was going to change everything for you. Didn't realize that his first 100 days, he didn't give two shits about you. Every executive order was for something else besides what you thought it was going to be for. He's a businessman, so I'm not even sure why you guys are even surprised. These type of people don't go through everyday American shit. You thought he was going to feel your pain or he was going to help you out with what you was going through? Good old Daddy Donnie got your ass again. Hey, as I always say, this is who y'all voted for.
He also voted for President Trump.
Yes, sir.
Why did you vote for him?
Because I was an idiot.
Can you be more
because
specific?
The 80% of the evangelical Christian people were lied to, if you really want to know the truth, and that's exactly what happened. They said criminal, and I believe criminals need to be off the street.
But some folks who aren't feeling Trump's optimism right now are American farmers, and they are stuck in the middle of all of this.
Frank, who did you vote for president?
Mr. Trump.
Right?
Trump.
Mr. Trump.
If the election were today, Frank, would you vote for Donald Trump?
No way. Couldn't happen.
No.
You voted for President Trump. So now, in this moment, you say you're in a free fall. What is your message to him?
So I'm off the Trump train. Where I'm going for now is I got to protect my business.
Island, a wheat farmer who says he's lost $400,000 since Trump took office.
I think there was a lot of people who voted for him that want to stay loyal to him, but it's going to get to the point where financially, if it's between supporting the president or losing your family farm.
You voted for the president?
Yes, I did.
And do you support these policies which might be hurting farmers like you?
Right now, we're the ones that are taking the hit.
I think he's sort of backstabbing the main people who got him into office in the Midwest, and he just left us down.
Trump voters are finally feeling the consequences, and now they're acting shocked, now they're hurt, and they want our sympathy. But where was that energy when they were cheering policies meant to hurt other people? Well, the trap you set for others will often trap you.
Nobody sent hate to this person at all. I read through this comment a few times, and there was the one thing that stuck out to me the most is your second sentence. I allowed myself to be manipulated and herded like a damn sheep instead of being the wolf that my father always raised me to be. That is a type of omission, and I'm not saying out of all the other people that voted for him and regretted their vote. They just don't simply like what he's doing. But I think in the heart of hearts, they don't actually truly regret their vote. They just don't like the fact that they're being impacted, right? And that's why the true reason why people are like, we're bullshit. We don't care. If you want to share, if you don't, I completely understand. You don't have to. But I do want to try to understand what prompted you to still vote for him. Exactly. And then what triggered the regret? Exactly.
To the numerous people who are telling me it's too late to regret my vote for Donald Trump, too late to be woke, my response to that is shame on you. Shame on you for discouraging other people to come forward and take accountability for their mistake.
If you're one of those MAGA voters, Republicans who voted for Donald Trump either 1 or 2 or even 3 times, do not come on here and cry and say, how could anybody have known that this was going to happen? How could anybody have foreseen this? How could anybody have known that this is what he was going to do? Because we knew, and the Democratic voter base knew, and Kamala Harris knew, and we all told you. We knew, and you knew. And the fact that we told you only made you want to support it even more. So don't cry about it. Don't come on here and cry. Act like an adult, because that's not what responsibility and that's not what accountability looks like. Because you are completely fine with it until, just like Marjorie Taylor Greene, you realized it started to affect you. We will be feeling the effects of this administration and the destruction that it has caused for the next several decades at best. Best case scenario. And the alliances that have been eroded and destroyed, even just in 1 year and 3 months, may be irreparable. You can call every single Republican holding office or running for office, telling them that you will never support their either bid for election or re-election, and you will never vote for them unless they 100% fully commit to removing Donald Trump from office. If you have MAGA friends who regret voting for him, tell them to do the same. Tell them to call their local representatives, call every single Republican in the House of Representatives and the Senate, and tell them you will never, ever vote for them ever again, or anybody that they endorse, unless they fully commit to removing Donald Trump from office. And if you can't do that, or if you refuse, then nobody has any reason to believe anything you say ever again. And that's it.
So how are we, the people that voted for Donald Trump, supposed to continue to support him when his name has been mentioned 5,000 times in these files that have been dropped?
We're going to play this video in full. But first, we have to fact check her in real time. Check this out. It wasn't 5,000 times that his name was mentioned. It was 38,000 times across the files, including mentions of Trump, Melania Trump, Mar-a-Lago, and related terms. It's mind-blowing. Did you really have to see the files to know? All the pictures with him and Jeff. All the pictures with him, Jeff, Ghislaine Maxwell, Melania, all those pictures with them together, the videos with them together, that wasn't enough. I guess I'm going to have to do it. I told you so. We told you so. I want you to know something. You were used. Not only by him, by MAGA.
Call me what you want, but if you voted for Trump or you voted stupidly against the public, I will never let you forget it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I literally just drag shit on. I'm like, boy, how bad the economy is doing right now. What horrible choices these people made. And I speak as loud as I possibly can, and I don't give a shit. Boy, it cost me $60 to fill up my gas tank. Boy, more kids being bombed? Lord, have mercy. Who would have voted for such a thing? Wow. Damn. Crazy. Wow, they thought a billionaire child abuser was going to do right by them? Whoa, what low education people. Sometimes I don't even care. I honestly, sometimes I don't even care, but I let it be known. If I know that you voted for this, oh yeah, I drag it on. I play it. I play the game.
Right after the 2024 election, there were huge celebrations from the right. They were so happy that their team had won. Despite everything that we knew about Bone Spurs, about what he said he was going to do, what he had done in the past, and the type of person that he was. Despite knowing all of that, the people who voted for him were elated. They were super happy. And one thing that the people on the left kept telling them is that they hoped that they got every single thing that they voted for. I was certainly one of those people who said that. Anytime somebody came in my comments, and I wasn't a political commentator at the time, but just in my own personal comments on my own personal social media, when anybody came over there boasting, I congratulated them. And I told them that I hope they get every single thing that they voted for. Man, was I not disappointed. Because those approval ratings are tanking. Bone Spurs' approval rating right now is at the lowest that it has ever been in history. At 33 to 36% approval and at 62% disapproval. His disapproval ratings are increasing even among his base by at least an 8-point swing from last year this time. So all of those people who were so happy and celebrating all of the things that Bone Spurs said he was going to do, they said they couldn't wait until Bone Spurs started implementing all of his concepts of a plan. It seems as if many of them are entering the find out stage. Because the excuse was that they were voting for him because eggs were too high, because gas prices were too high, because the economy was crazy. And they had these, of course, crazy numbers like 15% inflation and things like that that were not true. But still, they said they were voting for him because of the economy. Now, before y'all get into the comments saying that we know that that wasn't true, yes, we know that that wasn't true. They voted for racism and sexism and homophobia and transphobia and all of that. We do know that that's what they voted for. But I will be holding them to the excuse that they used, because the economy is absolutely tanking.
Yeah, we voted for Trump in 2016, 2020, and 2024. We live in the Florida Panhandle, and we thought that this would be good for our business, but we're finding out now that we were wrong, and I want to publicly say that we are regretting our votes at this point. My husband and me own a construction company, and we literally do not have workers anymore. Most of our workers are from Mexico, and they're good, hard workers. I talked to a few of them, and they said they were just too scared to come back to work because of all the raids. Our construction company is likely to go out of business now, and we don't know what we're going to do, but we're never voting for a Republican again. Ron DeSantis and Trump have been passing laws that negatively affect our business, and I just want to say that I'm sorry for voting for him. I grew up Republican, and it's all I've ever known, but now I can see that me and my whole family have been very wrong about this. So we hope that 2026 comes and we can take back the House and the Senate and stop him from what he's doing. There's a special election coming up in Matt Gaetz's district, and we're going to do everything we can to advocate for a Democrat taking that seat.
This is a part no one wants to talk about, because regret is easy. When consequences finally reach your doorstep, it's easy to say, I didn't know. It's easy to say, this isn't what I voted for. And it's easy to act surprised. But the truth is, none of this was hidden. Nothing was a secret. The policies were loud. The intentions were clear. The warnings were everywhere. People told you. Experts explained it. Black people who have lived through it before tried to warn you, but you didn't listen, because at the time, it wasn't affecting you. At the time, deportation was something happening to other people. Families being torn apart, that was not their problem. Tariff raising prices, that sounded like a win, because it was framed as a punishment for someone else. And that's a trap. When you wish harm for others, it's always come back to you, because policies don't just affect one group. When you impose higher tariffs, that cost is passed on to the consumer, causing groceries to cost more. When you deport your farm work labor, you create a labor crisis. And suddenly, when you start feeling the pressure, suddenly, it's not political anymore. It's personal, and now it matters. But not everyone is ready to embrace your regret with open arms, because you voted against other people. People warned you, but you dismissed and mocked them. So now when the pain comes back to you, the response isn't always sympathy. It's silence, it's distance, and sometimes it's we try to tell you. That may sound harsh, but it comes from a place of exhaustion, from people who have spent years trying to explain that policies rooted in harm don't stay contained, that when you build something on division, when you support systems that target others, and when you cheer consequences for people you don't understand, you are not building safety. You are building a cycle that eventually comes back around, and we are watching that play out in real time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.